In a world of podcasts, one rises in the night to destroy them all. The elder god in an ocean of noise, the Cthulhu of the airwaves. This is Spoiler Country.
So,
looks good.
Oh, you can't see all of them. What if I did this? Yeah,
there you go.
There you go. So, first appearance of
Harley Quinn.
Iron Man #1, signed by Mr. Lee. First Savage Conan magazine size. The comic book that you want, my coloring Trump and the incredulous, the Hillarine, which is like, I bought it as a joke because I saw it. And I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Right.
Of course, one of the greatest covers of all time with Speedy shooting up.
I have that one too.
Vampirella #1 from Warren Press.
Frazetta.
Yep. Yeah, dude, I got the first 6 actually.
Nice.
But the problem with that one is I bought the first 6 and it wasn't cheap. They bring them home and I'm like going through and somebody had cut out the coupons.
Of course they did.
I was like, what the fuck? Well, it just kind of makes you mad because, yeah. Anyways, Evil Ernie #3 from the Epic Press.
Oh, nice.
Before Chaos. So those are actually kind of hard to find in the wild.
Before
you can
Chaos,
get it on eBay, but go down to LCS and try to find an Evil Ernie from Epic Press.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Not often.
Adventure Comics. I believe that's the first Spectre of Silver Age. I think it's the reintroduction of Spectre. Let me show you. For his first Silver Age appearance.
Oh, nice. The return of the weird. Wait for Kenric to put his headphones back in because he can't hear anything now. Hello. You can't hear me? You hear me? I can't hear it. How do you hear me? Oh, you fucked up your stuff. Who has it? Who's fucking stuff up now?
Yeah, when I hit my chair and it pulled the power plug out of my microphone.
Right. What issue is that?
435.
Yeah. It's the Bronze Age Spectre.
Oh, I thought it was the Silver Age. Is it the Bronze Age?
Yeah, Silver Age Spectre was 1966 with Showcase #60.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But this is still a great comic, and that cover is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's a great cover.
And then my Scotty Young variant of Thor #1 with Jane.
The Jane Foster one?
Yep. Wolverine #1 that my mom bought from you to give to me.
Yep, I know. I remember.
Yeah, she got me that whole series, which I was shocked because that was the series that I had when I was a kid that she made me get rid of because she thought it was too violent.
Oh, geez.
Well, I mean, she saw that.
Dude, I way undercharged her for those two.
Yeah, well, it's my mom.
No, I know. It's from your mom for you, and I was like, I gave it to her. I gave it to her for ridiculously cheap.
My All-Star Western, the first appearance of Jonah Hex.
I have one of those too.
My DC Comics Presents #26. So the first appearance of Cyborg, first appearance of
New Teen Titans.
Yep, Daredevil, Frank Miller Daredevil 169. It's
nice. One
of the eponymous Bullseye covers.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Fate #1 from 2014 was the one that had I can't remember his name. I don't want to say his name, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
Dead World #1.
Nice.
Which before The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, Dead World was already doing what The Walking Dead did 10 years later or 15 years later.
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because there's the whole prologue that I'm drawing a blank. What's his name? Who invented
Robert Kirkman?
Yeah, geez. I was trying to say Matt Berry, but that's
it's not Matt Berry. No.
Robert Kirkman writes about how he's trying to make a relationship drama around this whole thing, and Dead World did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then I was going back and forth, either putting Swamp Thing number 9 on or this one, which I think the glare is not making it possible to see.
Yeah, you can't see that one.
Yeah, but it's Swamp Thing number 37, first appearance of John Constantine.
Oh, nice.
So I'll switch these out as, you know what I mean?
You want me to go through what I have back here?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me put this back. All right. And I got to be careful so I don't pull my stuff out.
I don't pull your shit out. It's like tour time for the studio.
You didn't even notice.
No.
I was like doing this whole thing. I turn around and I was like so excited. I'm all going to do this. And then all I see is your fat ass. So I'm just like giving you the fingers.
I was showing off the goods. So I got Action 252, first Supergirl Metallo.
Oh, yeah. I want that. You got 2 of them, right?
Yeah. Lois Lane number 1. Graded.
Nice.
Then I got to pull them off because you can't see them at all because they're angled. Tales of Astonishing 31.
Yeah. Nice.
Then I got Swamp Thing number 1 from 04. Spider-Man 101, first Morbius.
Yeah. Wait, that Swamp Thing from where? From 2004?
Yeah, it's the Andy Diggle Swamp Thing one. I only have this because like my dad bought a bunch of like I don't want to say crappy, but cheap CGC books because he was trying to prove a point. He could break them open and change the book without you noticing, and he did it.
Yeah.
And this was one of the ones he bought because like he got it for like $10.
Nice.
My first Harley Quinn, or well, Kaylee's, but Harley Quinn. What is this? New Mutants number 2, which is the first Psylocke.
Nice. I have that.
It's 4.0. It's not a very good condition, but it was cheap. The first Huntress, All-Star Comics number 69.
Oh my God, that pisses me off so much because I looked up what the first Huntress was and then bought it.
Yeah.
And it was wrong.
Yeah, well, there's different Huntress. There's different.
I know, but that drives me insane.
Yeah. So those are some SRU Jumbos. The gold Spider-Man 1. This is Jacobs.
Nice. That one worth anything?
Actually worth, yeah, it actually has some value. It's worth like the graded ones worth like $20, $30, $40. It's not
nice.
It's not nothing.
I only asked because they put out so many of those.
The Harley Quinn number 1, Adam Hughes variant, signed,
nice, and
graded. Bewitched number 7. My dad bought this because he thought it was cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's Did
you use still pictures or was it drawn inside?
No, inside's drawn, but the outside's a picture.
Yeah,
but it's a 7.5 for an old Bewitched comic, which is pretty good. And I've got here.
Who's gonna buy that?
My dad. But then I won't pull them out. But I've got the Batman Year 1, all 4 of them graded.
Nice. That was a great series.
Venom 26 variant, whatever. It's Jacobs. It's the first Prince of Virus, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. I don't follow Venom.
Yeah.
I got the Dawn Golden Art cover signed by Linsner. And it's also like signed in the back. He signed the front and the back of it for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Dawn.
Then I got a Batman drawing by Dave Dorman.
Nice.
Because I met him at a show and he drew Batman for me. Yeah, that's my comic rack. It's back here.
There you go.
Oh, and just for we talked on an episode that people will hear about in a long time about Arabian Nights. Here's the book I was telling you about.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's an old book. But yeah, now the tour's over. I got to figure out what to do with this blank spot. More shelves, more comics.
No, because the door opens.
Oh.
Okay. And I measured those shelves out. I made, just so that people know, so I can brag a little bit. I made those shelves by hand.
By hand and forge.
Japanese handsaw and everything, and wood glue and clamps, and
nice. Yeah, they look
made
great.
my shelves. But I think in that blank spot, maybe a Spoiler Country poster is in order.
Oh, I can make one for you.
And then I'll put a table shelf right there.
Nice.
I didn't want to go all the way down.
I'll show my phone. I just made a bunch of like cork boards and spray painted them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted to buy cork boards to put all those. If we go to shows, you get all these pins, right?
Yeah,
like the nail pins. Like I'm not a high school kid. I'm not gonna put them on my backpack and shit. I was like, I want to display them, so I bought cork boards. I was like, cork boards are boring. I need to paint these. So I went outside and I cut some star stencils and painted them and made them look cool.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know, the pins. Not for me.
Well, I mean, I've just had them for like 10 years.
I've literally thrown them away.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I can't. Probably ones that are worth some money because I don't know anything about them. And I just get sick of having them when I'm like, I just don't want a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I got enough comic books right here that I want to get rid of.
Right. Well, I'm sure some of those people will say, I'll take them from you.
Yeah. I got a bunch of I got like the complete, well, no, I have almost the complete Frank Miller run of Daredevil, except for, of course, the Death of Elektra.
Right, yeah.
And was it Bullseye and Elektra were introduced by Frank Miller as well.
First appearance Bullseye, first appearance Elektra. I have Daredevil number 2 through the last issue, which is like 300 or 400, something like that.
Yeah. I
don't have number 1, and I'm missing probably about 50 issues total between 2 and the last issue. Besides that, I have all of them.
Yeah.
But I have 2 through 7. Actually, I have 2 through 15. But I'm missing like 16, and then I have like 19 through 50. I have almost all the first 50.
Yeah, that's cool. I wanted a number 1 really bad, and like in 2014, you could still get it for like $800.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nope. And same with like Hulk 181. You know, you could get it for like $700, $800. Mm-hmm. Now they're thousands of dollars.
I've had both those books at one point and sold them.
Yeah. Were you glad that you sold them, or do you wish that you would have kept them?
Let me take that back. I haven't had the Daredevil 1. I've almost bought Daredevil 1. I've had Hulk 181, and I sold it because we bought it for like, I shit you not, like $5 and sold it for like $900.
What year was that? 1975?
No, 2004.
Who sold that for $5? I mean, even 2004 it was still a $600 comic.
So I went to my dad and I used to do comic buys and add in a little nickel. We'd go to people's houses and buy comics.
Oh, welcome to Spoiler Country. I'm Kenric, and that's Johnny Horsley.
Yeah. So we went to this place, this girl's house in Port Orchard.
Yeah.
And we're looking at it. It was literally like 70 books total in a little box, like not a shoe box, but like kind of like a shoe box, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking through them, and it's all Wolverine stuff. It's like Wolverine. It's the Frank Miller run. It's Wolverine, like the first series 1 through like 50. It's a bunch of like one shots of Wolverine. It's some appearances, and
somebody really loved Wolverine,
right? And a Hulk 181. So we're looking at this, and we ask her, okay, well, whose are these? These yours? She's like, no, these belong to my boyfriend, but he's in jail. He's in prison right now. He's not getting out for a while, so I need money. So I figured I'd sell his comics for and get some money out of it. And then we're like, okay. And then she goes, well, I should probably keep one of them for him. So she pulls out the Wolverine 1, the 88 series number 1. So I'll keep this one for him. And then sold us the entire box for like $50.
Oh my God.
We look at him and go, what do you want for the box? He goes, well, $50. I'll be happy with that. And we're like, okay. And then we couldn't get out of there fast enough. We're like, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah. I think my dad actually ended up giving like $100 instead of $50, because whenever anybody would like lowball themselves that far, my dad would always overpay to make him feel better, can make himself feel better.
Yeah,
because he didn't like rip people off. But I think he gave him $100 for all of them, and she wanted 50, and she was ecstatic because he gave him extra money. And then we had the Frank Miller run in really good condition. We had this Hulk 181, which wasn't in the best of shape. I think we sold it for like $800-900 in like 07 or something like that.
Yeah,
it was still enough to get a good chunk of money out of it.
Yeah, that Hulk 181.
I wish I still had it, but
was it in good condition? What was it in?
It was probably like good to very good. It wasn't great, but it was
like a 5.
Yeah, it was about a 4.5, 5.
Solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid. That's, people want these near mint books, but if you can get like a 5, especially for something from the 70s or 60s, you're doing pretty good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much like my Spider-Man 129 is in horrid shape.
Yeah. But you have one.
But I have one, and it's mine.
Yeah, I have a copy of Action Comics number 31.
Oh, nice.
That's 1940 Superman, old. That's like really early, and it is literally, I shit you not, whoever had it, whatever kid had it, they cut out Action Comics on the cover, they cut out Superman from the cover, and they cut out like the logo, glued it to a piece of construction paper. Then they cut the 8 pages of the Superman story out and then stapled it all together.
Oh,
so I have Action Comics number 31, but just the Superman story and just the cover and cut out on a piece of construction paper.
Oh,
and I saw it and I was like, and it was at a price that I could justify saying this is neat enough and low enough price that I can justify buying it.
Oh, why do people do these things?
Yeah, well, I mean, he probably did it in 1940 something, you know.
So he's probably 8.
Yeah,
you know, it's
all he cared about was Superman. Didn't care about other stuff in there. Didn't like Congo Bill or all other crap in there. Satana and Zatara.
Yeah,
just wanted Superman.
Dude, that's one of my holy grails is Hawkman number 4.
Oh, first Satana.
Yeah, but it's like it's first Satana. I think isn't there somebody else in it too?
I don't think so. I think it's just first Satana.
But all I know is that book keeps going up,
which is weird because they don't do a lot with Satana.
Yeah, I think she's just a fan favorite.
She is very much a fan favorite. Like, people love her, but she doesn't do a lot. Let's see. I think it's just the first Hawk Girl. Or it's first Hawk. No, it's not a Hawk Girl. First Satana. It's first Prince of the Druid, whoever that is.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, I want to get that one, but it's not cheap and it's hard to find.
Yeah, it is. It's even hard to find on eBay in a price that's not like absorbently stupid.
Yeah, and it's also the other Holy Grail one that I want, which is funny because I always grew up a Marvel fan, but my Holy Grail is from Marvel. The only one I have left, well, 2 really, is X-Men number 1. No, I would love an X-Men number 1, a Spider-Man number 1. Amazing Fantasies 15, obviously, but that'll probably never happen. And the Hulk 181.
Yeah,
that's about it for Marvel. And then when I think of DC, I really want that Hawkman number 4, House of Secrets 92.
Oh, I love both those books are on my want list.
Yeah, and I want the first appearance of Solomon Grundy, but it's like legit. Like I think it's like a $20,000 book because it's a Golden Age book. It's super rare.
What book is that?
Oh God, I can't remember. It's the first appearance of Solomon Grundy.
Oh, that's an expensive book.
Yeah, but the cover is so cool.
I think it's like it's a more fun comic. No, all American comic 61,
number 61,
1944. Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, and it's from 1944. But that cover is so dynamic.
That's it. I mean,
and he looks larger than life, and you don't realize how long he's been in you don't realize how old of a character Solomon Grundy actually is.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around since before. I mean, he's not from comics originally. He's a folklore character that was put into comics.
Yeah, but I'm talking about DC's.
Yeah, stuff. It's since the 40s. I mean, he's an OG character, and wasn't he created by? Who's he created by?
I think isn't the same guy that did the Green Lantern?
No, he's created by Alfred Bester.
Oh,
the sci-fi author.
There you go.
I don't know if you've read him, but he's got some great books out there.
I have not read that.
Alfred Bester. I have one of his books. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really good. I read it like in high school, junior high.
Yeah, that is my other one. But that All American Comics 61. I mean, you can find it. You can find it sometimes on eBay. It'll pop up, but it's like ridiculously expensive.
Here's one in 6.5 condition for $38,000.
Yeah. See, it's ridiculous.
There's 2 on eBay, one for $38,000 and one for $20,000.
Yeah, but that's a book you buy. That's an investment.
Yeah. Oh, one sold in May for $2,500.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one. Some of these are ridiculous. Like you see how much people put on their prices.
Oh, I know
what they want. You're like, what?
Well, I wonder if it's still. If you go to comics and you just go to the category and you sort it by highest price. There was always the same comic and it's been there for years. Oh no, it's gone. So there was, for years, if you sort comics by highest price, there was like a Flash Comics prototype for like $3 million that just sat there. I don't know if it ever sold, but right now there's...
Was it like an old school ash can?
Pretty much. Is like, so what happened back in the day, they would print these full-size ash cans real quickly, black and white, to secure copyrights. Because it was published, and then National Periodicals owned the copyright to Flash, right?
Right.
So they quickly threw out a Flash Comics in that format, and then that gave them the copyright, and they could move forward with whatever they wanted.
So they're super rare.
Yeah. Well, there's only like 5.
Right.
But
does anybody want that though?
I mean, if it was free, I'd take it, or slower. Cheaper.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, I know people want it, but are people willing to pay what it would cost to have it? You know what I mean?
Oh, if I paid $3 million, I don't know. But right now, the highest comics on eBay is a Detective 27 9.6.
Oh, what's that going for?
$3 million.
Number 27?
Yeah, first Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a...
I don't even have like that is so out of my reach.
Yeah.
And never going to be available to me that I don't even think about getting it.
I'll give you the first 5 top selling, or not selling, the top 5 priced books on eBay right now.
Okay.
None of these will ever sell.
Well, maybe if they go to auction, like with who's the big auction house company that does comics? Sotheby's, and then there's another one, right?
Yeah. So Detective 27 9.6, CBCS, not CGC, CBCS, which is fine, $3 million. Action Comics number 1 9.6 for $3 million.
Is that the same one that sold like 2 years ago in August? Like,
no, that was a 9.8. No, 9.6. No, it's not the same one, because that one's CGC. I've seen that book. It's in Seattle.
No, the guy who sold it was from Tacoma.
Yeah, with the guy who owns it, he took it to Emerald City Comic Con for a while.
Yeah, but that's who sold it, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it was just like 2 years ago.
No, it was like 10 years ago, dude.
No, dude. They had a whole auction off of eBay, and it was Action Comics number 1, and it was the guy from Prestige Comics out of Tacoma sold it, and it was like the most sold. It was the highest comic sold at that point.
Let's see. Prestige Worldwide Comics. Where's this from? Pristine copy of Action Comics number 1 sells for $3.2 million. Published August 24th, 2014.
Yeah, that's not 10 years ago.
Dude, that's 8 years ago.
Yeah, but I was thinking
you said
2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's still not 10. A decade.
I was way closer. I was way closer. Stop trying to make it sound
like
over.
2 years. I was under. But the Price is Right, bitch.
The Price is Right,
you lose. No, you can be a year over and you still lose.
It's The Price is Right. You're way wrong. Just
no, man. Anybody that's listening to this will agree. You're over. You're wrong, because that's how it works.
So here's one that doesn't make any sense. I don't know how this is a real thing. This looks like it was manufactured, but it's graded CGC. It is a mega rare error comic, DC Teen Titans number 6 with Marvel 2-in-1 number 74 inside.
Okay. Was that because they were sharing printing presses?
It's a DC cover with the Marvel interior, graded 7.5. I don't know how that's like. I didn't think they used the same publisher.
Printing press?
Then.
Well,
yeah.
the publisher just rents a printing press.
No, I know. I mean, maybe it's graded with notes on it saying manufacturing error inside of it. So maybe, I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, number 4 on the list is Fantastic Four number 1, Stanley's personal file copy for $1.2 million. Oh yeah, that error copy is $1.2 million.
Oh Jesus.
So this one is a signature series signed by Stan Lee.
That one might go. I mean, it's Fantastic Four, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better off going to an auction house, though.
It does say it. My stupid headphones keep writing on my back. Sorry. This one does say on it, on the CGC pedigree, that it is Stanley's file copy, that is cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I have a bunch of comics and stuff from Martin O'Dell, the guy who created Green Lantern. Like I have a bunch of like books that are from his personal collection, signed to him. Like people would like sign books and give them to him. Yeah. I've got a bunch of like he created the Green Lantern. He also created the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, that's cool.
And I have a bunch of like 3x5 cards of him of like sketches of the Pillsbury Doughboy he did. Yeah, and I've got like some original artwork he did too of Green Lantern and stuff. He was a cool guy. I met him in person. He was super awesome.
That's cool.
He passed away at like 82, 83, something like that. Number 5 is this one's. I don't understand why this one is so much. It's an Amazing Spider-Man number 361, first appearance of Carnage, 9.8 for $1 million.
What? That's somebody's pipe dream.
Yeah, there's
no somebody like has it, and they're like, because that comic book, they probably printed like 500,000 of them.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that book is going to ever sell for $1 million. And then like the next two are kind of cool. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the sketch cover one, but it's signed and sketched by Stan Lee and a bunch of like artists and like people on it.
Yeah,
like it's signed by Neil Adams and Stan Lee and John Beatty and Scott Hanna and a bunch of people, and it's got like 7 or 8 sketches of Spider-Man on the front of it, which is pretty cool.
Oh, what do they want for that one?
$1 million.
That's not worth $1 million though.
And then the next one is the same thing, signed, but it has a Stan Lee sketch on it, signed by him it says with great power comes great responsibility, and they want $1 million for that one. I
didn't know Stan Lee ever sketched.
I mean, it's not good.
Well, I wouldn't expect it to be, or he would have been.
They probably said, "Hey, will you draw Spider-Man for me? I'll pay extra."
Yeah,
you know. And then the next one is Marvel Avengers Sanatosa Sensation comic book, incredibly rare. It's like a newer Avengers book.
Oh, my other one is that
it's a Singapore book and it's $1 million too.
Is the other Holy Grail one I have is I just thought of this, is the San Diego Comic-Con of Hellboy.
Oh, Hellboy. Yeah, that's a good book. I used to have that too.
You did? Was he blue or was he red?
I don't remember.
I think he's blue.
I had it, and it was when I was doing the comic book. I had it, I bought it, I sold it.
And I think there's controversy too around the first appearance of Hellboy, because everybody said, because Next Man is one, right? So, and then there's the San Diego Comic-Con.
I'm trying to do a promo for us right now. You're interrupting me.
Wait, hold on. And then there's an Italian Comic-Con that had a thing with Hellboy. Hey, I was started first. Don't give me that shit.
And more important.
No. Foo Fighters.
So I was going to spam.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say, if you go back in time and you listen to our What's the First Appearance episode, we explain all of that for you and give you the definitive answer.
For Hellboy? Did we talk about that one?
No, we talked about a bunch of other ones.
Oh, but we do talk about what makes a first appearance.
But what's funny, if you look up...
we came up what we think it is.
Yeah. On Wikipedia, if you look up Hellboy and look up first appearance, it says, Dime Press number 4, first Hellboy prototype appearance, cover only, San Diego Comic-Con number 2 from August of 93, first full Hellboy appearance, black and white. Next Man 21 is the first published appearance.
Yeah.
So what you've got is 3 first appearances for Hellboy. One of them is a prototype appearance, which prototypes don't usually consist of first appearance, because there's a Wolverine prototype in some magazine before him. And then San Diego Comic-Con first appearance, which is San Diego Comic-Con was like a freebie giveaway.
Yeah.
So it's a first appearance, but it's not a first published for sale appearance. Right. Which I think that should still count as first appearance. Though his first appearance should be the San Diego. Actually, first appearance should be the Dime Press number 4. If there wasn't a bunch of major changes to his character from
Dime Press number 4. What did that come out in San Diego Comic-Con?
No, that's before San Diego. That was March of 93.
Yeah, that was like Italian Comic-Con, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Like in Italy?
Let's look.
I might be wrong. I might be thinking of something else.
No, it's not. It's not Italian.
No, I don't think it was Italian. I'm just saying that it was like in Italy that they did this Comic-Con that it was released in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that the book itself was in Italian. But the Dime Press number 4, he's blue.
Oh, yeah, no, it says Magazzino Belliano on the front of it.
Yeah.
Dime Press. So yeah, it is Italian.
Yeah. See? I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
And then Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con number 2, whatever.
But he's blue in that one.
Well, it's black and white.
No, but look on the cover. It's color.
No, I know. But I'm saying, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I believe Mignola talks about the fact that it was blue at first, and then he just, went red.
Well, let's see.
But he's in shadow too, so he could just be white.
Well, he's not on the cover of that.
No, that's him on the cover. On the Dime Press 4.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Dime Press 4. It's a Mignola cover, but it's not Hellboy.
That was okay.
Well, are you looking? Don't just say fucking okay. Explain like if you think it
no,
is.
because I watched an interview with them talking about the cover. That's what he looked like at first, and then he made changes by the time it got to the San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay, but it doesn't look like it's blue. It just looks like just a shadow.
Yeah, well, he said he was blue, and then he made changes. I mean, that's why his horns are shaved off on the cover. It's one of the few things that he kept, and the stone hand. You can't see it.
Yeah, no, I see it now. I didn't see it before.
Yeah. And then
don't just say okay. If you're making a point,
because it's like I know I'm right. I don't want to argue because you have said yourself you could be wrong, but you're going to argue until you're right.
Will you fuck off? That was 4 years ago, asshole. That was 4 fucking years ago. And since then I said
you're not like that anymore.
And since I've said multiple times I don't do that anymore. If you have a point, make your point.
You don't do that anymore.
Don't just give in because then it's boring. If you're just going to give in, then why are we talking? No, if you're just going to give in what I say,
the only time I give in is when I already know that I'm super right.
But why?
Like I can bet you, and I know I'm right. So I just like okay, because I don't want to argue about it because then it's like a waste of time.
But we're not arguing. I was just trying to talk to you about it. You're being a dick.
I'm being a dick.
Yeah, you are.
But it looks kind of cool. And then where's the San Diego Comic-Con version?
It's nothing. It's a nothing.
Nothing.
It's like it's a Sergio Aragonis cover. Looks like. I know it's not. It's a Martin cover. It's a funny thing.
Yeah.
And he's inside of it in black and white.
Oh, this one isn't there. I thought it was. They had a link to a eBay, but it's not there.
No. Yeah, I've had the San Diego Comic-Con one, and I've had the X-Men one before. Dime Press one I never had before.
I think it's super rare. It's hard to get. I mean, they have a buy now for $700 on eBay.
What's crazy is right here. Here's one.
Oh, there's one for 9.8. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's a signature series signed by Mike Mignola, $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one just sold signed and CGC graded 9.2 for 3,000. And the one sold.
Why is it so much more between 9.2 and like I got a 9.4 that Batman Adventures 12.
Yeah.
And if you and I sold your 7.5 in that, it would be like miles above. And then again, another huge step from 9.4 to 9.6.
And then 9.6 to 9.8, and then 9.8 to 9.9, and then 10. It's because people want the best of the best, but honestly, nobody can tell the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8.
Right. Nobody. Or even a 9.4.
A 9.4. Anything over a 9.0, most people look at it and go, that's a mint book.
That 9.4 is so fucking clean that I bet you I could resend it in and I'd get a 9.6 or a 9.8 out of it.
Yeah. And then you get another $200 out of it.
Yeah. Like, but I don't. Yeah. There's a big part of me that wants to freaking crack that.
Yeah. I don't care about grading.
I just like the protection it gives.
Yeah. I have a bunch of graded books, not because I want them graded, because that's how they came.
Yeah.
Most of my books are non-graded. I have like, I'm actually going to grade that action. I'm going to get that action graded. And I'm going to get both of them graded, and I'm going to get my Superboy 2 graded, not because I want.
Those are going to be expensive because they're golden age, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But not that I care if they're graded and I want to sell them because they're my dad's and I want to put them in that. I want to get them.
Yeah.
sealed.
You want to protect them.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just buy the slabs.
Well, where's the fun?
There's a little bit of you wanting to know. I wonder what these are grayed out as. Because it's kind of cool. I mean, I hate it. I like it and I hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that you can see, and then there's a definitive answer. You know, used to be you take your comic books down. Like, I would collect comic books, and I didn't always have a huge collection because, you know, I would buy so many books with my allowance, and then some of them would pop. Yeah. You know, they'd be worth like $20. And then I'd take it down to the comic book store, and I'd trade it in and get more comics.
Yeah.
Right. But you were beholden to the person behind the counter to tell you what kind of condition your book was in.
Yeah, but you also heckle and
fine or very but dude, when you're 9 years old, you're haggling out there.
But if you're 9 years old, you're not going to have graded books, dude.
You might if you have parents like us.
Yeah, but if you're 9 years old using your allowance money to go buy books, you're not going to have a lot of graded books.
But you know what I'm saying, though. But it's so now at our age, it's kind of cool to have a definitive answer of what your book, what condition the book is in. I don't agree with how much they're scaling the cost of books.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have a book non-grade, you can buy it for $100. If it's graded, anything above a 7, it's all of a sudden 10 times more.
Yeah.
It's like
I could get adding the cost of getting it slabbed and graded to the value of the book. That I can understand.
Sure.
But beyond that,
no, it increases it so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like, I mean, when you can get a book that's worth $1 and get it graded and sell it for 50, that's ridiculous.
Did you see like a 10.0? Have you ever seen a 10.0 in the wild?
Yeah, I've seen 10s.
Really? It's like, don't they basically have to come right off the press and go right to CGC?
So what happens with 10.0s usually is you'll have a shop or what I like to call a puppy mill or a CGC mill, and they'll buy 200 copies of a new book. Yeah. They'll send all 200 in, and they'll do a little box that says the pre-check grading, meaning if it's not going to grade higher than 9.8, don't grade it. Don't slab it. Yeah. And it costs them a little bit of money, but it's less than them actually slabbing it.
Right.
So they send in 200 books, and if they get one,
in hopes of getting that 10,
if they get one that's a 10, it pays for all those books.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah. And if they
what
get
did the 10.0 go for?
I mean, I don't know. I think depends on what it is.
So if we just put in CGC 10.0 comic, Tankers #1, never even heard of it.
Yeah.
2021, $540.
Right.
It's TMNT, The Last Ronin, #1. It's on a bid and it's $190.
Let's see, CGC 10. Why is it going to? When I search for it, it goes to.
Dude, there's a replica of Amazing Fantasy 15 going for $2,300 because it's a 10.
Yeah.
It's a replica. I don't want that.
I mean, here's Umbrella Academy. The Dallas #1 sold for 130. Well, I sold 9.8 out of 10. Where's the 10? When you search, I don't see a lot of 10s here.
Yeah, it's here. Let's just do this.
You're going to share your screen and mess up everything I do when I have to edit this. I have to go in and cut and then take off the overlay and put the overlay back in because you shared your screen.
Oh, should I? So just don't?
I mean, if you want to, you can. It's fine. I'll just make it fun of you.
Here we go.
Oh, this is Usagi #110 for 900.
Yep. And then we have, I'm going too fast. The Extinction Parade. I've never even heard of that. Leather variant. Okay.
Ooh, #1, 10.0.
Yeah, 325. That doesn't sound too bad. Here's a Wolverine Origins #1, signed by Michael Turner.
So I thought I had read a long time ago that the fact of a book being signed immediately drops it down a point because it's no longer a mint. It's been marked on.
Yeah, but if it's from an artist or writer, does that make a difference?
It does. I mean, no matter what, it's no longer a 10.
Does that look weird to you?
Yeah.
This whole area right here?
Well, so Michael Turner died a long time ago, and what all these companies are doing is they're taking sketches from his sketchbook and using this cover art, like stuff that was never meant to be.
So you don't think he actually did this? Because when did Wolverine's Origins come out? Did that before?
He did the drawing, but the drawing was from like a sketchbook of because Michael Turner worked for he was a great artist.
Yeah.
But like there's a bunch of Harley Quinn covers from the last 5-6 years.
I think
he's been dead.
I'm pretty sure he did that Evil Ernie cover.
Did he?
I think so. I think it's Turner. I think that's Turner. I'll double check. Look at the Star Trek though.
Yeah. 10,000.
10 grand.
Signed by William Shatner.
Yeah. I still want to know though, because I think Wolverine Origins came out pretty in the early 2000s, wasn't it? And then when did he die? Wasn't that 2004?
2005? Michael Turner died, let's see, 2008.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a good chance that he did that cover.
Let's see. Let's find out. We have the power. I'll search it right now.
Okay.
Wolverine Origins #1 came out. It says it came out in 2006. Let's see what the Turner cover. I came out in 2006. It came out before he died.
So there's a good chance he did that.
No, I'm saying he did them, but after he died, they've used his art in sketchbooks to do tons of variant covers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This one he actually did a cover for, and that's just the sketch version. So there's like an actual full colored version. That's just the sketch version of it.
Yeah. But doesn't that look weird?
Well, yeah, his back muscles are too big.
Yeah. Okay. But he probably did that like at.
He has too many muscles.
Yeah. Oh, he was at Where's the World, Philadelphia. He probably did it there. Yeah. That's kind of crazy that they got a 10.0 out of that.
That's not a drawing. It's just signed by him. That's not a drawing on the book.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought it was a sketch. No. I mean, it is a sketch. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought it was a blank cover that he sat down and sketched on for him.
Yeah, no.
Still cool looking. The facial expression is awesome.
Yeah, Turner was a great artist, but that drawing there falls into the I'm a comic book artist and I'm
curvy hands.
Artist. I'm gonna draw muscles on muscles.
Yeah, too much muscle there, but great hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Here's a fun one. Here's two books that sold for roughly the same price, right? Uh-huh. One of them is Black Friday #1, 10.0 retailer incentive, sold for $170-ish. And then below it is Superman 41, 0.5, centerfold missing, sold for $200.
This was huge. That's crazy.
I would buy the Superman over the Black Friday. I'd buy the 0.5 over the 10.0.
These silver foils.
The reprints.
Yeah, it's a reprint. And then who actually did it? Is it Marvel that did it?
Yeah, Marvel did. The silver foil one, actually, I don't know.
Who's this guy? I don't know.
I think it's a Marvel one. Oh yeah, that's a Marvel book.
That's interesting. But $2,900?
Yeah.
I mean, here's Dark Knight Strikes Again. 10 grand?
Jesus Christ.
That's what somebody wants for that?
Here's the Grimm Fairy Tales #10 annual, sold for $300. It's like, what?
PGX 10. Is PGX still around?
I think PGX has morphed into CBCS.
I love this. Like CGC.
Right. Well, they do that for the search results.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Savage Dragon #250, image variant cover. Nothing on there except for green. 10.0.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just, I can't believe the prices that people
and the thing is like none of these 10.0s or 9.9s and 9.8s, you'll never tell the difference between them ever.
Yeah. Did Fathom ever take off? I don't think it did.
Fathom? Yeah, they've been printing Fathom books for 20 years.
They're still printing them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Aspen Comics is still a thing, and Aspen Comics still prints Fathom. They have a huge booth at Comic-Con every year.
Because that Michael Turner started that.
Yep, that's his company.
Yeah.
I met Turner in 06, 04 and 06. I met him in 06. By 06, he was in a wheelchair, and they were selling these Fathom bust statues of like your head, watered. And I bought it from him, and he had signed the bottom of the statue and stuff like that. And I think we ended up selling it like a couple years later, but it was really cool. It was like this clear thing. I ended up putting a light below it so it would glow. It was super cool.
Look at that Batman Damned. That is cool. Look at that Batman Damned variant #3.
Yeah.
Wait.
2.0, $1,000. No, thank you.
The Damned, was that the one that we get the Bat Dick in?
Yeah, #1.
Yeah. And then, Daredevil, this is impressive. Daredevil #157.
10.0.
10.0. How is that even possible?
Yeah, how is that old of a book even possible? But I mean, I guess it can happen. I mean, you got over a 9.0 Action Comics. So.
I mean, that looks really pretty.
Yeah.
And it's not a replica, right? It's not a remake.
No, it says $379 at the top.
Wow. That's great. How'd that even happen?
See, that might be worth the money because it's an older book, 10.0. But these new ones, it's like that Batman Dan for $1,000. Why would I pay $1,000 for a book when I can literally buy it for $3?
Right. 15,000 though.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, Daredevil 157, you can buy that one for $4.
Yeah, see, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that it's a 10.0, and I can understand putting it on there for like 500. You'd probably get it.
Oh, you would get in a heartbeat.
The Last Ronin, $3,000. Twice Eastman sketch. What does that mean?
It has 2 sketches from him on it.
Oh, the cover.
Probably one on the
thing up there.
Yeah, or one on the front, one on the back.
Stray Dogs. I don't know that book. Do you?
Yeah, I know the book. Yeah.
Lady Death fantasy. Lady Death. I remember Lady Death in the 90s was giant.
Yeah, it still has a huge following. He does Kickstarters or whatever now. And
they do all Kickstarters and they're they got huge booths.
Yeah, and huge boobs.
Yeah, and they seem like they got bigger and bigger. Was that Hughes? Hughes did that, right?
I think so. One of them passed away.
Yeah, Michael Turner definitely passed away.
No. One of the people from Chaos Comics. Turner was Chaos Comics. Brian Paluto does that. Hughes passed away.
Yeah, Hughes passed away. Okay, Hughes is the guy that did that Evil Ernie.
Yeah, Hughes is the guy who created Evil Ernie. Him and Brian Paluto, Stephen Hughes and Brian Paluto created Evil Ernie.
Yeah,
and Brian Paluto created Lady Death.
Yeah, I don't get
those Do You Poo books, those Pooh books. Like,
yeah,
I give that guy credit for creating a market out of these Winnie the Pooh knockoffs, and he makes a lot of money off of it. But literally, all he's doing is making Winnie the Pooh knockoffs of established characters, doing like homage or homage covers, and he sells.
He has a TikTok channel where he's like, "Could you imagine this?"
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I look at him and I'm like,
"This got Stan Lee to sign that one,
right?" Well, Stan Lee will sign anything, dude.
Yeah,
Stan would have signed anything.
Yeah,
but I look at it and like, I give the guy super credit for making a brand for himself, but I'm also like, you only exist because you've ripped off multiple properties.
Yeah,
like nothing you're doing is original, which at all.
Yeah,
I mean, again, good for you for making a thing out of it, but your whole entire thing is based off of taking Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
and
well, now that you've got it out there, why not make something original now?
Yeah,
look at that Wizard Ace Edition Incredible Hulk.
181 Gem Mint 10
acetate cover. Stranger Things signed by Millie Bobby Brown. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I had that Superman 812 graded too.
Yeah,
okay, first off, before you click on that one, I want to say the poster of this is an idiot. I said before you clicked on it, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
The poster of this is an idiot. That's not Superman 812. That's Action Comics 812. There is no Superman 812. And whatever. But Cody actually has a copy of this book. And I think it's graded 9.8.
Oh.
That's not signed by him.
That's interesting.
That's a 9.8 and 9.9 and a 10 in the same book. And I guarantee if you look at those books, you will never see a difference.
Who drew this?
Michael Turner.
Oh. That's kind of
the
cool.
9.8 signed by him.
Third Eye is Superman.
What is this episode called? Watch John and Kenric look at eBay.
Yeah. Totally.
This is not.
They're loving the Michael Turner stuff. Michael Turner was popular when he was around, but he like stratified when he passed away.
Yeah, I mean, it also helped for him too that not only was he an incredible artist and creator,
he was a nice guy. He was
genuinely loved by everybody in the industry that I know, that I've talked to, and fans loved him too. He was a great person with fans. So,
how about The Crow?
Oh, The Crow. Which one?
Well,
the first appearance was in Caliber Comics Presents.
Yeah. Was it Caliber Comics?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Right there.
I used to have that book. $600? What the fuck?
Yeah. I used to have that book.
I'm pretty sure I sold it for $100.
I'm pretty sure I sold it for like $10.
Yeah.
But it was like literally 1989. 1990 maybe.
Yeah, it's a cool book, but yeah, it's the first Crow. I like The Crow.
Yeah, The Crow was a fun read. Yeah. Did you see? Okay, let's stop.
We're gonna
do that one for a while.
Yeah,
that was actually kind of a lot of fun. We should do more
screen share stuff.
Like that. Yeah, because we really need to be going live and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, live would be fun. Well, and if we use OBS, we could have our overlay on it already, and you can handle it. There would be no editing.
Yeah, I have templates for OBS already.
Yeah, we should do that.
But so switching a little bit of gears, we were tonight going to talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but you guys are gonna have to wait for that one.
Yeah. We got on it. Someone started us on a tangent by showing off their new wall of books.
I know, but this is fun. I mean, this is what got us into what we do, and this is, we're not. At one time, we both acted like we could be what they call them, not spectators, but
collectors.
No, well, collectors, yeah, we're obviously collectors, but
I can show off
when you buy
book.
specifically to sell. What is that?
True Comics number something. I don't know, it's the Golden Age True Comics book, True Crime. But the one I'm trying to get to show you is this one, which is Tales from the Crypt 42.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's a cool book.
That is a cool book. What year is that one?
1955 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, Kenric's going to go pull something out. Oh, I dropped the book. I also got the Spawn 327 Spider-Man cover thing too. So many comics. So little time.
All right. This is my earliest book. I think I've shown this to you before already.
Oh, Eerie number 4. It's a cool book.
Look at that cover go. You know, they just don't. The detail is ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't do covers like that anymore.
This is that's I don't. Does do the 50s horror books? What are they? Those? That's not Silver Age, right? That's Golden Age still, isn't it?
Golden Age, yeah. That's Golden Age, and they're worth a lot of money too. Yeah.
And then here's the one that I have over there. I don't know if you guys could see it from there, but yeah, it's illustrated by Stephen Hughes.
Yeah, Bernie. So I'll also show you these ones too. That's cool. It's a cool cover.
Yeah.
I picked this up recently. Avengers First Red Guardian.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know Red Guardian though. So
David Harper's
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
And then I picked this up. Great story behind this book. Okay, so this book was Static Shock number 1, the second volume 2. It's worth like $100 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm at this shop that's going out of business. The guy is the owner. It's no wonder he's going out of business.
Where is this at?
He's in Port Orchard. He's comes across that I wouldn't be surprised to find out that he's secretly a Klan member.
Oh, okay.
And he had that book sitting in there.
Wow.
And he thinks he knows everything about comics, everything about magic cards. All of his shit's priced ridiculous. I ended up getting that and a bunch of other books from him because, not to be proud of myself, but I know how to dig through a box and find the gems.
Right.
That was in a box of of his DC stuff for $2. It's $100 book. So I pull that out, and then I go through his box of what he called his his Silver Age junk stuff, and I pulled out a bunch of old Golden Age mystery and space books.
Wow. They look like they're in good shape too.
They're in great condition, and he had all of them are like $10 a piece, $5 a piece. They're all worth way more than that.
Wow.
So I picked those up, and then I picked up some books for my sister because she was wanting stuff.
When did you go?
This was so my sister got into comics. She has comics from my dad, but she had reluctantly not gone into them and looked at them because they always remind her of my dad, but my dad passed away. And then she finally got to where she's like, okay, I can do this now. Right. So she's trying to fill her collections out. She's collecting new stuff. So she wanted to do a day we drive to comic stores. So we drove I drove to her house, picked her up. We drove to Port Angeles, which is an hour up there because there's an antique store that has comics.
Yeah.
That's where I got the Red Guardian and some other stuff. And I'm helping her pick out a bunch of stuff. What do you like? So I'm helping her find good prices on stuff and kind of teaching her how to hunt and peck for books and not get ripped off.
Right.
So we go there, and then we bought, I think we actually spent $350 at this place. But when they charge the card, it only charges the card $269.
Okay.
And so we go and have lunch. We go look at the receipt, and we're like, oh, that's a lot less than we're supposed to. We actually go back to the guy and we're like, hey, you undercharged us by a lot of money here. Because he'd already given us a hell of a deal. The retail price of all the books we bought, because it was a good stack of books.
This is in Port Angeles?
Yeah.
When did you do this?
$500. This was a month ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, it was just my sister and me. You weren't allowed to come.
Oh.
Sorry.
Man.
But so it was almost $500 of stuff. He knocked down to $340 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he only charges $260 or something like that. And we go back in and we're like, hey man, you undercharged. Let's pay the difference. That's a huge discount. And he ended up going, you know what? I know you guys have come back because Kim's already been there once. He goes, just consider it an extra discount. You're good to go. And then Kim proceeded to go back like a week later and spend another $500 there.
Nice.
Because they have silver and antiques and all this kind of fun stuff. Anyways, we ended up driving around to different places, getting silver coins and comics. And there was a place in Port Orchard that was closing like 3 days later because the guy's like, oh, they want to up my rent and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, they want to up your rent because your contract is up and it's time for renewal and the price of everything has gone up.
Yeah.
It's like, it's logical. It's like, oh, I was going to go to this other place, move to this other shopping mall, but they gave it to a restaurant that has more people coming into it because they're a known restaurant. I'm like, okay, that also makes sense why they would give it to a restaurant, not you. I get it.
You just don't like this guy.
He's like, the guy's like himself. Like,
yeah,
he was like, the mall was upping his rent, but not, he's like, he told us like, it was like a 10% hike.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not that bad because his rent hasn't changed in 4 years.
Right.
Like, that's pretty, I mean, it's not, that seems fine to me.
Right.
But anyways, we went through and I cherry picked a bunch of stuff out that had value, and Kim bought it. I'm not buying a lot of books these days. I'm only buying stuff that I really want, like the Mystery in Space, the Static Shock, stuff like that.
Yep.
So I cherry picked a bunch of books. I'm like, hey, this is worth money. This is worth money. This is worth money. You know, this is the first appearance of Batwoman. Here you go. He has $1.50 on it because I know what it is. Here's the first appearance of this, and I pull them out and have my sister buy them all for herself. So I'm teaching her how to find books and which books are worth
first
money.
Appearance of Batwoman. You had that for $1.50.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's in 52 number 11 or something like that. 52 number 9, 52 number 11, which is like DC did Countdown, and then they did the 52 series where it was one comic a week for 52 weeks. And issue number 9
that part of the new 52?
It's pre 52. It was before that.
Okay, so what year did Batwoman come out? I thought she was old.
So there's multiple Batwomans, right?
Yeah.
There's the Silver Age. There's a Batwoman in the 60s, right? It's not really anything, but the Batwoman we see and know today is J.H. Williams III and stuff like that, done out of Countdown from like 2006.
Oh,
but it's worth a decent amount of money, not a ton, but $20 or $30 because it's Batwoman and it's going up in value. But it's in Countdown number 9 and Countdown number 11. Your Cat number 9 is the first appearance of Katie Kane, or Cat Kane, whatever her name is, and then 11 is her first in costume.
Yeah, and
then if you go to, I think it's Detective Comics, I want to say 850, but I could be wrong on that number, is like her first cover appearance and stuff like that. But it's in the J.H. Williams III series of Detective Comics where she first appears.
Right.
So I picked up these out for Kim and she bought them all. And then we did some other stuff, but we ended up going to another place that had a bunch of coins and stuff because I like coins now too, because I hate money apparently. It was fun.
You're getting into coins?
Dude, I have so many coins. I have so much silver now. I've been buying Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars and Eisenhower dollars and Kennedy halves and Franklin halves and silver quarters and I've actually gone out with your sister, my mother-in-law, to buy coins because she likes them too.
That's hilarious. Have you gone to? I don't know if you remember when you and I went to the Bellevue Coin.
Went to Bellevue Coin?
Yeah.
For what?
It's a comic book store and a coin store.
Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. I bet because
those guys are really nice. They're really fair. The guy that's owned. I have to check. It might be gone because he was really old when we. That
was the place that had like there's two shops on each side, right?
Yeah, he had the coin shop, but then he had the comics, and then he had that back room of comics that he had more Silver Age stuff in. He's like, you guys can go back in the back room, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. I remember that place.
I remember you pulled out that one box, and I think you said that with every flip. Holy shit. It was like, okay, that's a good box. But the prices were really fair. And then remember when we brought it up, and he took a bunch of money off.
Yeah.
He was like, especially if he had stuff for a while and he knew what his market, he knew what his margins were. A good shop understands their margins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then can offer you, because if they've had a book for a long time, this whole thing of, well, it cost me money because I've had it for 8 years. No, you've actually, you actually have the ability to undercut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And make money from what you've had, Plus comic book shops have the ability for books that hit, that come out that mean nothing. And then a TV show is off of it. And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Or there's a significant plot point that comes back.
Deadpool is a great example. The first Prince Deadpool was a nothing book forever.
Yeah.
Until Ryan Reynolds came along.
Yeah.
And then it went from being a $5 book or in the quarter, or
and it was the Wolverine movie too. It wasn't even Deadpool the movie. It was the Wolverine one. And people were like, that's not Deadpool.
Right. Well, it was Ryan Reynolds and his love for the character that did it. And then the book went from being a nothing book of $1 to $5 to, you know, some of them sold for $300, $500 now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, I talk with comic book guys, you know, different. When I go to the stores, I get very sensitive on the way they treat people. You know what I mean? And the cost. There's some that I just don't go to because it's like, dude, you know, you don't have any kind of customer service. And I don't mean they have to be like customer service and bend over backwards and give you the deal of all deals.
Yeah.
They're out to make a living.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand that. And if you have, and when you and I get a book and we like, oh, let's spectate. Isn't that what's called? Spectating?
Yeah.
If you were to spectate your books, you know, you're just like, okay, I bought it for this much. Maybe I can make this much off of it. And you kind of go to eBay and you kind of compare what they're selling for and what they've sold for. And maybe you'll put that book up on eBay.
Yeah.
Right. That's generally how it happens. I don't do that. I think I've sold one comic book in the last 10 years.
I generally don't like selling things on eBay anymore. if I'm going to sell something, I give it to my sister to do it because I just don't like doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that and you putting things in the mail seems to be an issue.
Dude, just ask Casey. I am terrible at it.
Don't ask Casey. Ask Casey's mom.
Yeah.
So
moving on.
Jab. That's for you, Casey. That's for you. So, but a comic book store, an LCS, has to think of rent, power, internet, website, social media. They have all these things that are building what they need. All that has to be a good person, a good businessman, businesswoman, business person will take all of that into account and add that into the cost. Hence your Batman #1 from the New 52 might be a little bit more at your LCS, but then your eBay, you might be able to snipe it and get it cheaper.
Yeah.
But you're not supporting anything local when you do that.
No.
You know, and eBay takes a percentage of that. So you're helping some conglomerate that makes a lot of money, you know? So it's a, I don't know anymore. I like to go to my local guy, and I've been using the same guy for a while, and he always seems to be able to find what I want.
Yeah.
And then he's given me pretty fair. I mean, sometimes I think he's overcharged me just because, you know, but he's also hooked me up really, really well. Like, dude, I got my Conan #1, 2, and 3, which they're not graded or slab, but they're a 9.0 or above.
Right.
And I got all 3 for less than $100.
What?
Yeah.
Like the original Conan?
Yeah. Marvel from 1972, 71, whatever. Yeah.
That #1 by itself sells for a lot more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've also bought that. I'm going to say this. I also bought that Batman Adventures #12 for $1,100 from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he didn't pay nowhere near that.
No. Good dealer, because I was a comic dealer for years. A good dealer will pays on average 20% of value.
Yeah.
They may pay more for some books, but generally what they do is they'll buy a lot of books. Like
they buy collections.
Buy collections, and then they're going to make their money back on selling in the long game. Yeah. Which is why a good dealer will be able to say, okay, I have $50 in that book. You can have it for 25 or 30.
Yeah.
And they're still going to make a lot of money on it because I can tell you. So my dad and I kept a spreadsheet of the number of comics we bought per lot we bought and what we paid for it, right? From the time we started the business to the time we stopped doing that. Our final cost per book was under $0.25 a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we bought all together.
You're talking, an average.
Yeah. Our average.
You might have spent $300 on a book, but when you put it into the mass.
Well, we never bought single books. We only bought collections.
No, but I'm saying, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And our average price, I mean, so we got a lot of great deals and we made a ton of money off of them, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody we bought stuff from, we paid fair prices for.
Yeah.
Because we always would let them set the price. We always, what do you want for the books? They'd tell us the price. And we would, if they were way over, we would negotiate down. If they were way under, we would negotiate them up.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
you don't want to undercut yourself, but you don't want to treat people like shit either.
No, because we want to make sure everybody we bought from walked away happy.
Yeah.
Everybody we sold to walked away happy too. And it felt there's an honesty, like even at shows, people come to us and we would buy stuff at shows. We would pay sometimes better than other people because we weren't dicks.
But that's a good tip right there.
Yeah.
Buy collections. If you really want to get into buying comic books, buying whole collections is the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get some of these books that are outrageously priced for a decent price.
We bought a Vampirilla collection that you would shit yourself about. I went to this guy. He was probably 60 something at the time.
Yeah.
In his garage. And his wife had finally said, you need to get rid of these naked ladies. And so he sold
the first 6 are all Frank Frazetta.
Yeah. So he had all 113 issues of magazine. It's 113, 118, something like that, whatever the numbers are.
Yeah, I have the first and the last.
Yeah, he had all of them, right?
Yeah.
Every one of them. He had all of the Harris publications from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. All of them. All of the covers, all the variants, the exclusive signed ones they would put out.
Yeah.
All of them. He had probably the most complete Vampirilla collection I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He also had a set of 4 prints from Frazetta, matching numbered signed.
That's cool.
Of Vampirilla. And he had a 5th print that wasn't Frazetta, it was somebody else. That was also really cool. That was signed. And he had like 2 boxes of vintage Playboys, vintage Penthouse, stuff like that as well. And we bought all of that off of him. And the Vampirilla set and the Vampirilla 4 prints paid for a trip for 4 of us to go to Comic-Con in 04.
Wow.
And what we did, it kind of pissed off my friend Keppa. And if you're watching Keppa, love you, buddy. We didn't have the money to go to go on the thing, and so I knew what Keppa has a game he's an app developer, right? Okay. He has a company where he makes video games. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I said, hey, do you want to invest in us to go to Comic-Con and we'll pay you back a certain percentage more? You can invest in us like that. And so we worked out a number he gave us a certain amount of money and we paid him back, a percentage higher. And we even worked out like the longer it took us to pay it back, he'd make more money off of it and stuff like that. We took those books with us to San Diego, sold them the first day and paid him back. He was like, son of a bitch. But he went with us to San Diego too. So he got to go to San Diego. Everything was paid for him for that trip too. So his investment got him to go with us.
Yeah.
Plus he got all of his money back and his first initial extra bit all at once.
Yeah.
By the way, so we literally loaned this money for like 4 days.
How much were those books worth? And what kind of grading were they in?
They were nice. They were real nice. All of them. Some of them in the middle were like you could tell were filler books.
Yeah.
But all the key issues were really nice. Like his number 1 was probably one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, my number 1 is okay. I'll show you.
Yeah, might as well go and get it. We've done this a lot now. I feel like I should be talking, so it's not dead air, but we'll see. Oh, he's back! Yay!
What are you laughing about?
I was talking to myself, trying to not have dead air.
This one's okay, but like I said earlier, somebody cut some of the coupons out.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which really drives me nuts. But
yeah, well, that book's hard to find even in that shape because of all the block on the cover.
Yeah, it's good. Frazetta was ridiculously amazing.
He's super talented artist. Yeah,
yeah, and it's unfortunate that he kind of passed away pretty early, really.
How old was he?
Was he in his 70s?
I think so.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I mean, he died in 2010. He was born in 28.
Oh,
so
never mind. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
I thought he died in the 90s.
No, he died at 82 years old. He was pretty old.
Yeah.
That's a good run.
That's a good run. Yeah. Well, I think that was a good episode.
That was fun. Not what I was expecting to do today. I came in ready to go talk about Doctor Strange.
So did I.
And you came in and you just sidetracked the whole goddamn thing to be about comic books, which is okay. I'm okay with this.
Sometimes it's not a bad thing because, that's what we started as. Yeah, so bringing them around every once in a while. I think looking up and talking about different books would be a fun thing to do with eBay and with other places, and sharing it and doing that.
I mean, I like showing off the books we have too. I can definitely pull into my boxes and pull out books I want to show off.
Sure. I mean, there's a Caliber Christmas #1, very fine 8.0 1989 early Crow appearance by James O'Barr.
That's cool.
Caliber Christmas, $78.
You should buy it.
No, but
you need that on your wall.
I need it on my wall.
Although I like the fact that in our chat, Casey called out that you don't have any of his books or my books on your back wall.
Yeah, well, you guys suck. So
I know you only have good books up there. I'll remind you wrote a story for my book.
Yeah, I did. I should put it up there. I don't know where. You know what? I gotta find them. I moved so much stuff that I gotta find all my. I gotta go through because I used to get them all alphabetized, had them all nice, and then after a while, you just get sick of doing it, and they just got thrown into things. I need to get. I need to package some up and just sell some off because this is all I have. That's not very much compared to a lot of people, but it's enough that it's annoying.
Yeah. I catalog all of mine on the collectors program I use. And then just go collectors,
that's what I have.
Yeah. Some of them every now and then I'll go through and I'll organize them. Yeah. And I don't alphabetize them like all of them. I'll put like, this is my Silver Age DC. This is my Silver Age Marvel. This is my Daredevil collection. This is my Sandman collection, shit like that. And then like the book, I have a box right here that's just like a bin of like new stuff I've bought and I throw it in there. And then eventually I'll go sort them all in and do it again when I get the hair up my ass to do it. But usually they'll sit in, I'll get like 3 or 4 bins to sort comics, and then they'll be in my collection and I'll go through them and I'll put them all away. But then when I do that, I usually find like, I don't want this one anymore. And then I pull it out of the collection. I just got to find something. That was weird. I just got to find something a little, I don't know. If I'm reading them, then it's different. Yeah. But the last like 2 years, I've been so busy with work and so busy with moving and yard work and all this stuff. I just don't have time. It's hard. It's hard to find time to read books. Yeah. And it's like, I want complete story arcs when I start to read it. Yeah. And doing it piecemeal month to month to month, I just find that I get frustrated. And then I've forgotten what I've read before by the time the next book comes out. I'm like, what is going on? And then I feel like, I got to go back? I don't want to go back. No, that's why when I read books, I'll read trades. Yeah. Or I'll get the digital copy on my phone and read the whole thing there. Yeah, I don't like that on my tablet. Yeah. I don't like doing month to month just because I don't like wait because it takes me reading a comic book is so quick. Yeah. I mean, you can go back, I go back and I look at the art and stuff like that and take time with it, but really blowing through issue of a comic book is like 5 minutes. Going far, 10, 15 minutes saying going the long route. Yeah. Whereas I want to sit down and read the entire story and I don't like having to wait 30 days for the next issue. Yeah. Or even 2 weeks. Yeah. Which is why I kind of like the older issues where there was more story and there's more pages in a book and it was a full story. Yeah. 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 The arcs. They don't. Because now they write paperbacks. Now they write books for the trade. Do they do trade paperbacks for everything though? Most things. But they write. I mean, most modern books are written for a trade, right? They'll write a 6-issue story arc. Yeah. That then fills enough pages to sell it in a trade for a story. It's like I miss there being. You know what's weird is I have all these like the only ones I you know what I really love from Marvel right now, and it's the only book that I still read is the Savage Avengers. Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, it's just unique enough. You know what I mean? And it's fun, and you get to see a bunch of different characters, and they, you know what I mean? They pull in all these things, and Conan seems to be the one that is leading it all through. You know what I mean? As they go through, as it should be, Savage. So, but I have a lot of fun with it, and but I've been reading them like. I'll wait like a year. Yeah. And then read 12 at once. And I've been collecting, then I got to pull it out and I got to, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. I might just stop and just get the DBBs, man. Just get the trade when it comes out. Yeah. Yeah. Cause they got them. They're doing them. Yeah. I mean, I can just get I don't know. There's a part of me, I love having the individual books. They take up so much room. So I can do things like this. Yeah.
I'm going to get you the dimensions for that.
Oh, yeah. Give me the dimensions. I'll make a poster.
Yeah. For spoiler country.
Yeah.
Then we go from there. All right, guys. All right. I think that's enough. Thank you for joining us today on Spoiler Country. We're having a lot of fun. Kind of gotten back to some of our roots. You've been seeing some more interviews come out with Melissa and with Casey, and those are going to continue to flow. And we're going to continue to have some fun. We're going to do some more reviews here soon. Doctor Strange is coming out. We've identified a really old fantasy movie from the 1980s that I watched today that I'm forcing these guys to watch because it's wonderfully bad.
So it'll be like our Deathstalker review.
Yes, terribly acted. There's a rape in the first 15 minutes because, of course, there is. There's gratuitous violence, gratuitous nudity, But the story is actually better than Deathstalker. Okay.
I mean, that's not saying much.
No, the rape is not as gratuitous. Like Deathstalker was terrible.
Deathstalker is
uncomfortable. Like if you enjoyed watching those scenes in Deathstalker, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. I mean, Casey didn't finish it.
Yeah. And then, so that's good. I'm skimming spoilers. The acting is terrible. Like, they don't know how to deliver a line to save their life. It feels like a 13-year-old dungeon master going through his first D&D campaign. That's the story.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? That's how the story comes across to me.
Yeah, I'll watch it. And I'll have to get Casey to watch it. We'll sync up and do
I sent you guys a free link. It's through Tubi. Tubi has a ton of stuff. Tubi right now has Dr. Sleep on there for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I like that movie.
I did too. The when they killed the Boy Scout, that made me really uncomfortable. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Oh, that was a harsh scene.
Yeah. It's like watching it when Pennywise bites the kid's arm off. Like in the new one, because the new one to me is far and away better than the old one.
Yeah.
But I was 16 when the old one came out, and I was like, this is corny. Yeah. This is so corny. And I was so mad because I loved Night Court. And it was like Harry Anderson was in it. And I was like, why? Why?
Okay, Night Court was great, man.
Yeah. And then the whole thing. Yeah. I just, the only redeemable thing in my opinion, don't kill me.
In your professional opinion.
Yeah. My professional opinion is Tim Curry.
Yeah.
As Pennywise was crazy and scary. You know what I mean?
Tim Curry is great and everything, though.
But the overall feeling of the new one is just, to me, leaps and bounds better.
Oh, yeah. It's way creepier.
Yeah. And that scene when he bites the kid's arm off. Oh.
Well, this is Skarsgård, the guy who's in that, plays it. I can't remember his first name, but Alexander Skarsgård's little brother.
Yeah. He's in Hemlock on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, you know how in that movie he does that eye thing where he moves one eye independently and they go wall-eyed and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's not CGI. That's something.
That's really him doing it?
He can actually do that. He was like, they talked about it. He was like, I can just do that. And he did it. And they're like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
He can actually do that shit with his eyes. That's not CGI.
There you guys go. There's something new every day. We're going to have more reviews like that. Come join us. We'll have fun. All right. Don't forget, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon thing.
And go to Patreon and support us with money, too. You get nothing out of it, but you just give us money.
Yeah, there's nothing there. You know how many times, before we leave, you know how many times we have listed out things that we can do or had plans? If you do this, we'll do this. Yeah. None of it happens. I should go change it to where it's like, just give us money if you want to. Yeah, just give us money if you want to, because otherwise, no. We should just cancel Patreon and do that buy us a cup of coffee thing. The coffee, yeah, we should do that. It's like, here, just because we're not going to, and it's not that we don't want to give you guys something special. It's that we don't have. We both work full-time jobs. Yeah. I mean, that's really, and have families. It's not easy to get time to do extra shit like that. Yeah. If you see us at at a show, we'll give you a high five. Okay. Free high fives. All. Bare skin. We're bareback it. Yeah, we'll raw dog those high fives. We'll raw dog those high fives, and then pull out we'll pull out the hand sanitizer right after that. You could be offended, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah. All right, and on that disgusting fucking note, we're out of here. Peace. Spaghetti. And we're back. That's right. We are back. Back in the saddle again. Well. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that as much as we did making it for you. And if you like what you heard and you want to hear more, you got to go check out spoilerverse.com, because at spoilerverse.com, we have a plethora, amazing directors and artists of all walks of life, and editors and writers, and oh my God, are you a lover of comic books like we are? Then there's so many amazing people from the comic book world over at spoilerverse.com, and I highly implore you to go there and check it out.
Yeah, and while you're there, you can check out all the other podcasts on our network, like Originally Geekdoms and Funny Book Forensics and Haphazard Adventures and Nerds from the Crypt and so many more.
Misery
We put out
Point
episodes
Radio.
all the time. Go check all of them out, and check out all of the reviews and previews and articles we have going up every single day for you, every day on spoilerverse.com for you to check out and to read and to love and to like and to comment. We have a store link. If you want to help support the site, you can do it two ways. One, go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/spoilercountry, or go to our store link in the middle of the site there and get a t-shirt, a face mask, a hoodie, something, look fly as hell, and help support the site when you do that, because we get $1 or $2. And, maybe you want to talk to us. If you do, you can do it obviously on all the socials, but if you go to scpod.us/Discord, you can join our public Discord server and come chat with us all day long.
I couldn't say it better myself, dude.
There you go.
You just mouthed out a ton of information at once, and really, I hope you guys enjoy what you're hearing, because we're working our butts off to bring it to you.
We are.
I guess there's only one left thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. There's only one left thing left to do.
What's that?
In an oceans of podcasts,
We are Cthulhu.
as Cthulhu compels you to
Open the mind.
and read more.
Spaghetti.